Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cryptid Creator Corner. I'm Byron O'Neill, your host for our Comics Creator Chat. Jim and I seem to be covering lots more middle grade projects recently on the show. Not surprising, really, as there are so many great books being released in the space, and today's is no exception. We are all the way from the Philippines. I have illustrator Retta Kara Bodegón-Hikino. Did I get your name right, first of all?
Yeah, Kara Bodegón-Hikino.
Cool. Awesome. She's got an absolutely delightful friendship fantasy, Squalo and Mage versus the Rage of the Bakunawa. It hits shelves near you. It should be on, well, it's on shelves everywhere now, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Very
Actually in the
exciting.
UK, it goes on sale on the 18th and Australia and New Zealand on the 30th
Okay.
June.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's your first major solo graphic novel outing. Squalo and Mage is now on shelves everywhere. So, what's the reception been like thus far? Like, how are you feeling having put out your first graphic novel?
It's been really good. But like honestly, when I first found out that it was already available for review, for like the book reviewers and stuff, um, I was so nervous. I kind of had a panic attack. And like it was so bad that I cried and like I mean, I was because it's your first baby out there in the world, and I don't know, I was nervous, but I at the same time, I knew that I wanted this. So, it's been pretty good, like, after that whole, episode, when I started, accepting the fact that people have read it and good things have been coming out, like, I'm I think I'm a bit more confident about it.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't dive too deep into the reviews at the beginning, like,
Oh, yeah.
that can be very overwhelming.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But, like, I don't know, I'm just relieved that people like it.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. I mean, I was
Oh, thank
immediately
you.
hooked, you know? Yeah, I mean, the cover alone, you have a pink shark holding a balloon battle axe. Come on, like, that is the best ever. So, initially, my first question was, why a shark? Why is Squallow a shark? And then I did a little research and was excited to see that we apparently both share a love of marine biology, specifically sharks. So tell me about that, because it absolutely has to be connected.
Well, okay, so I love sharks, and I grew up wanting to be a marine biologist, but it didn't happen. I guess, like, my path was really more for towards writing and the arts, and I don't know, I feel like I'm either not smart enough to be a marine biologist or too lazy. Uh, but, yeah, instead of being a marine biologist, I guess I pay tribute to sharks by drawing them and, like, making comics about them. Yeah.
Very cool.
Um,
So what's
yeah.
your favorite shark species?
Oh gosh. I love great white sharks
Okay.
and whale sharks. They're my favorite.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Nice. Yeah, I love the wobegons. They're kind of my favorite. I don't know if you're familiar with those. They
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
cool little like comb on their snout. So I think they're absolutely adorable. I think they're really cool. Well, beyond cartilaginous fishes, we both spent a good time, a deal of time in the music industry. I was on the tech side of things. One of my degrees is in anthropology with a focus on mythologies. So it's no wonder that this book appeals to me it's so much. It's this cross section of music and gaming and folklore and cultural expression, which is a pretty big pot to cook in. There's a lot going on there. So when you were first conceptualizing the project, how did you imagine blending all this stuff together?
Hmm. I think, well, Squalo and Mage started out as like a mini adventure. I had like a small, like a mini comic. I guess you can call. I don't think you can call it a series because I only did like two. But yeah, it just naturally clicked for me to head in a video gamey direction.
Okay.
I guess you can say it is kind of like a clutch for me to um to use video game references in my storytelling. And I guess it kind of worked out in the end.
I think so. I think it was a great blend of it. It was unexpected. I've never quite seen it done like that, with the gaming elements woven into the fabric of the comic. So I was kind of getting old school Legend of Zelda vibes, but I'm old. So Squalo and Mage's relationship doesn't feel dissimilar to Pokemon trainer. I get like, Ash Pikachu thing going on. So what
Yeah.
were some of your own personal gaming influences on the project?
Um, I guess my age will show also, but,
It's okay. If I have
definitely
to say,
Final Fantasy. Yeah, definitely
okay,
Final
okay.
Fantasy and Neverwinter Nights. Um, there are also some Pokemon and, Assassin's Creed Easter eggs, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my wife was a big Neverwinter Nights fan. She was a junkie for that for years. I
It's the
never got
best.
into it. So
What?
tell me the appeal. Tell me the appeal.
I mean, I guess it was just, like, it was my first, like, fantasy adventure RPG game, and
Okay.
I don't know, it's actually specifically Neverwinter Nights 2. That's where I was, like, really into it. Yeah.
And it's a basic party game because I'm coming
Yeah,
from
yeah.
like the okay, yeah, the old school. It was TSR at that time when they were putting them out, and you would put a party together, five maybe so six characters, and they would
Yeah.
go adventuring. Is that
Yeah,
pretty much
yeah.
the blueprint?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, how did you then envision putting Neverwinter Night its influences? Like, how does this actually play out in the book in terms of like putting that video game element into the narrative so it
Um,
didn't trip it up?
I think it's really like I said, I using video game references was like a clutch for me, as a storyteller. And also like, I just wanted to slip in as much of the as much as I can of like the things that I love. And
Sure.
yeah.
Okay. Well, you also have Filipino cultural elements in the book, the
Mhm.
folklore and the emphasis on the Kawayan. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, Hawaiian. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So great. The internet didn't let me down on that one. But I guess it means bamboo. And
Yes.
Mage's own personal journey is intimately tied to both being Kauaian and connecting with the larger community. So
Mhm.
is there a personal connection for you, or is it just intended to highlight the larger cultural movement? I read a little bit about it.
I guess you can say that I do feel a personal connection to it because that's what I grew up with. I was surrounded by these elements. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then in terms of putting that in the book, you know, don't want to give too much away here, but Mage is essentially found as people or someone of the bamboo.
Mhm.
Uh, s- so as this progresses, there's another volume planned as we understand it. Is that going to be increasing in terms of significance in kind of the narrative?
Yes. I will
Okay,
not
if you can't
tell
give
more.
away more, that's fine. Well, there are multiple ways to convey a strong cultural identity in a project. You could use cooking, you did
Mhm.
use music, clothing, you highlight other things. There's a lot of music Easter eggs in there. But that focus on mythology and folklore is kind of the nucleus of it. My exposure to Filipino comics is now plastered by the Aswang filter with Trace and now this. So why did you make that folklore angle pivotal to the story?
Well, first of all, Filipino folklore is cool, and I
It
think
is cool. It's very cool.
I think it's about time that more people around the globe knew about it. And like, I mean, honestly, there's some people here in the Philippines who aren't very familiar with a lot of the creatures in our mythologies. Um,
Okay.
like the Bakunawa, some people were like, "Huh, what's that?" And I'm like, "How do you not know this?" But I just tell them about it and I explain I have a book with that has it, and yeah.
Well, how much did you take in terms of liberties then with the folklore? Because I did a little bit of, background, I watched some videos and stuff about the Bakunawa. And I guess the lore is that it swallows the boon. So this was a way to
Yes.
explain like a lunar solar eclipse type thing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Actually, like, back in the day, there there were 7 moons in the night sky.
okay.
But the Bakunawa eats like 6 of them. And the people managed to scare the Bakunawa away by making lots of noise. That's why there's 1 moon left in the sky.
Okay, okay. So is the Bakunawa like your favorite mythological creature then
Oh
in sort of
yeah.
the Filipino canon? Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
It is. I mean, I absolutely love winged serpents. I mean, I have one on my arm here. I have a familial attachment to the Uktena, which has roots in the southeastern ceremonial complex, kind of where I'm from. So it's the most prominent thing on my tattoo sleeve. And there's this really interesting history with, I guess, Spanish colonization, essentially demonizing the Bacanawa and kind of changing its roots and some regional variation as well, cross pollination with
Mhm.
India and with Chinese, belief structures. So your version of it is that like distinctly Filipino? Like where did you pull from aside from okay, this creature is cool? So, so
Yeah, I think I just really pulled mostly from like Filipino folklore for the Bakunawa. Like
okay.
when I first discovered it in high school, and I don't know, I wouldn't say I was obsessed with it, but I always found it fascinating. And it's also pretty cool how like different countries have their own version of it. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the big bad in there is and I'm probably gonna butcher this one, but is a Manananggal? Is that the
Ah,
at least
yeah,
the
pretty good. Yeah, yeah.
pretty
Manananggal.
good? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Those things are absolutely terrifying.
Oh yeah.
That is a very strange looking creature. So,
Yeah.
what's the story with those?
So the Manananggal is an aswang, and like they're okay, so like their body cuts in half, and then the upper body um flies around and like terrorizes people. Um Sometimes they eat babies, you get your blood, kind of like vampire-y stuff. And the other half just stays like on the ground. And one way to defeat a manananggal is to put salt on the lower half. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah.
Was it trying to remember what the Western correlation with the you put salt. I think it's a witch thing
Uh
on
huh.
like a windowsill.
Uh huh.
Can't quite remember, but from the book, I thought the most interesting one, and I was wondering if this is actually canon accurate here, is the Nuno. And can you
Oh.
actually bribe a Nuno with adobo?
It depends on the Nuno.
Okay.
I mean, like everyone has their preferences, including mythical creatures. So, like there's this there's this bike trail that I passed one time, and my brother warned me that to be careful with like a specific tree or like this bush because Anuno lives there. And there was this because there's this guy who stepped on it, and like this guy, he got like gross boils all over his skin, and he only got cured after he offered Dunkin' Donuts to the Nuno there. So
How
yeah,
did he figure out that Dunkin' Donuts is the right thing to bribe a Nuno with?
I mean, I don't know. I think it's just like what the locals say, you know. Sometimes
Okay.
like a lot of the times it's like chocolate is a local, sweet here. Yeah.
Sure. Well, and who doesn't like Dunkin' Donuts? I mean, like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, no brainer there. Well, you mentioned the tree that
Hmm.
was on the trail there. So there is a tree in the book that
Yeah.
has the Nuno with it, right? And I was
Yeah.
reading about your own battle with postpartum depression while you were working on the book. We talk a lot about mental health on the show. My wife is a psychologist, so
Mm.
there was a that moment in the book was ultimately they're trying to get the koala, if I'm pronouncing that correctly,
Kawawa. Yeah.
okay, koala tree to smile,
Yeah.
and a problem that ultimately gets solved with the kindness of others. Mental health is a struggle that everybody goes through. It's not the book's overarching message, but I'm glad you included it in a project that's
Mhm.
targeting a younger audience in such a simple and elegant way because we need more of that in comics for kids. So,
Yeah.
uh, so walk me through kind of why you wanted to put that in there and the importance of it to you, or
Mm, hmm. Well, I don't know, I've always been, I think mental health and like struggles with mental health, mental health issues is like something that I was I've been passionate about. And I think like a lot of kids don't really understand um what they're feeling, especially like if they're growing up in a, confusing environment like well, when I was growing up and my parents split up, and I don't know, like my therapist told me that's not a normal environment for a kid.
okay,
And like I want to help, like, how do I say this? Like, I want to tell kids who have been in that kind of situation that it's okay. Um, it's okay that this isn't, like everyone's normal, but you know, you're gonna be fine. Surround yourself with good people. Take care of your mental health. Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. I think it's just really something that I have um big compassion for also. Like a lot of my friends have been diagnosed with like clinical depression and anxiety and like myself. So yeah,
sure.
I think it's important for people to understand and be more compassionate about these types of situations. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, going through that, my understanding is there was a bit of a hold on the book, while you
Mhm.
were working through things. How did you end up channeling what you were going through, and which ultimately represent the book is overwhelmingly positive, right? So there was certainly at some point the shift or something clicked in your head. What happened?
Mhm. Well, honestly, like I didn't the whole story came to me like before like my dad passed away and before I became a mom. So I
Okay.
guess it's just coincidence that like my main character goes through grief and I went through grief. I still am. Um yeah. Yeah. Sorry, what was the question again?
No, no. I mean, I was just asking why or how you were able to channel it and, make it such a
Okay.
positive expression in the book, right? Because it wasn't mental health is not the focus of the book at all,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's just an element that I locked onto, I guess.
Mhm.
It's from my read through.
Yeah. Uh, well, I guess I kind of make fun of my own mental health issues. So
Okay.
that's like, I make not that I make fun of it. I try to make it a bit more playful so that I'm not sad all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I tried to like um make sure that I get to hang out with like a lot of my friends, and they'd also help pitch like, hey, this can be something funny that you include in the story. And I was like, oh yeah.
Okay.
Um yeah, it's really like really all about like surrounding myself with good people. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. I was wondering if kind of what the scene was like there because, in the Philippines, it's with comics, and oftentimes people will end up writing the thing that they didn't have access to when they were a kid, right? So I
Mhm.
want, other people to have this thing that I did not have. Was that an element of it at all for you?
Mm, I'm not sure. Well, not really.
Okay.
Uh, yeah.
Okay. Well, one of the most memorable aspects of the book is the color palette to me. It's right. It's
Yeah.
not surprising. I'm a self-avowed color junkie. I actually fancied myself an amateur colorist until I really tried to do it and learned how hard it was.
Oh yeah. Oh my
It's really hard. But it provides a very distinct visual identity while keeping it very simple and uncomplicated. You have pink and teal and purple and gold tones. So did you draw the whole thing and then start coloring?
Yeah, actually, like, I guess it's just like your typical, like sketches and then inks and then color, you know, process. Yeah. So sketches, inks, colors, and then, but then I think I got stumped with the colors actually. Uh, the palette that you see now wasn't the original palette that I had. And
Okay.
I hated like I felt um I felt stuck with the original palette that I had. So I asked a friend for help. He's this huge his name is Rob Cham and he's this huge guy in the comics world here. And like we got in a video call and literally he just like played with like the sliders in Photoshop and then we landed with the palette that you see now. And like
Okay.
when I offered to pay him like for his time and his help. He's like, dude, I didn't do anything. It's just like a few adjustments and that's it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that it works. It's very, very memorable in terms of the color palette. So, okay,
Mm.
so you clearly have had a journey with coloring. Is that the thing that you found to kind of be the hardest element of doing this whole shebang by yourself?
I think so. Like, I mean, like the line art was pretty hard too, but like I think the coloring was where I got stuck because I really wasn't happy, especially like the night scenes. Um,
Yeah,
it felt like it didn't feel right, or like these colors didn't go well together. Um, but I guess it turned out nicely in the end. Yeah.
I think so. I think it's great. And I think to me, the endearing thing about it is just how darn cute the whole thing is. So I gotta ask, the balloon battle axe, like where does that come from?
I don't know, man. It's just like I guess like I was just trying to come up with a weapon for Squallow because actually he originally had a an actual battle axe, like a big thing that actually the what you see in like the later half of the book. Um y- that was his original battle axe, but I was like, no, this is too hardcore. Um especially like for like from the start. So I tried to think of like what's a cute, funny weapon that he can have that isn't, that can still be a weapon. And yeah, I I looked up balloon weapons and yeah, landed with that.
That's cool. Yeah, so you started with the essentially the evolved form of the
Yeah,
axe to begin with, and
yeah.
then had to pare it back. Well, who are some of your comic influences then? Like, with the style?
Oh shucks. Well, with the style, I mean, as I think my one of my earliest influences is Ben Temple Smith, which is who's like
Oh, cool.
super like dark and scary vampire weird art that's like I don't think you'll see that influence in my work at all. Um Another one is Andy Stevenson,
Okay.
who did Nimona. Um yeah, who else? Oh my gosh. Um Katie K. O'Neill. I really like there's this, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the title, but like one of the books that Kay O'Neill did was a Dewdrop, which is super cute. Um, and there's also Megan Nicole Dong. Like I think a lot of my influences, like my later influences, they all have like shark characters too, actually. Come to think of it. Yeah.
So you're a big King Shark fan.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But, like, I think, if we're gonna go to, like, the superhero sharks, I think I like Jeff.
Yes, yes. Well, everybody loves Jeff.
Everyone loves Jeff.
So did Squallow then come before Mage when you were kind of
Yeah.
conceptualizing this?
Actually, like, I just wanted to make comics out of Squallow before, and my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, he was like, "No, he has to have, like, a partner." And when I I came up with Mage to partner with Squallow, for this one comic that I did, and it was inspired by this band called December Avenue. Um,
Okay.
they're friends of mine from college actually, and like wherever I went, there's this one song. It's called "Kung Di Rin Lang Ikaw," and it was playing everywhere, and I was so proud of them because like they're your college friends and you go to bar gigs with them and then suddenly you're like
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. So like, I just wanted to like pay tribute to them, like, hey friends, you've made it. And yeah, so this my version of that, I made Squalo and Mage adventure around battling bad guys, traveling to this place called December Avenue and where their song is always playing. So yeah.
I have experienced that myself with the Dave Matthews Band, who I worked for a while, and the
Hmm.
first time that I did a show of theirs, that was a frat house, and it had about 12 people in it, and
Whoa.
yeah, that was probably around December, and then by the next June, they were the biggest band in the world and selling out every single
Crazy.
they
That's
showed up.
crazy.
It was nuts. I've never seen quite a meteoric rise the way that Dave Matthews Band did. It was crazy. So, they caught lightning, but yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I get 100% what it's like when your mates, make it and you're like, "Yay!"
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's really cool. Well, I'm excited to see that book 2 is apparently already in the works. Are there any teasers on where the duo's journey might be taking them that don't give the whole thing away?
Well, they go to another side of Mundo. Um, and what can I say? Uh, I I guess like with book 1, I give a lot of shout outs to like Filipino bands, like December Avenues and the like really, really tiny there. And there's a band called Itchy Worms, my friend Gaba. But for book 2, I'm if my editor will let me, I'm going to go towards a heavy metal route.
Oh,
Um,
sweet.
yeah. So let's see if that's a if they agree like that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I worked in metal for years,
Yeah.
and it's so much fun. So you gotta forgive me here. I have no concept of what the Filipino metal scene is like. So who should I listen to? Who should I check out?
Oh my gosh. Putting me on the spot here.
Sorry,
Uh
not sorry.
um okay. I don't know. I guess cuz like there's like a whole mix of bands. But like one of my favorites growing up was this band called Greyhounds with a Z at the end. Um
Okay.
and then there's this band called Lost Threads. They're cool. Um if you're into like the genty metalcore sort of stuff, them for sure. More and there's this other like hardcore band, Brick City. They're really cool too. Um,
I have heard of them. I don't know
you've heard
why,
of
but
Brick
I've heard
City?
of them.
What?
The name rings a bell in my head. I don't know why. Maybe I've got
Sick.
other friends that are like big metalheads. They have
Mhm.
podcasts that all they do is talk about metal. So maybe it's from that. I don't know.
Hmm, that's cool. What else? There's this other band. I'm forgetting their name. I haven't really been active in the metal scene in so long. But yeah, I think you should check those out. Yeah.
Oh, I definitely will. I'm expecting, don't give anything away, but I'm expecting Squallow to have at least some kind of air guitar sort of solo thing happening. You don't have to
Maybe.
elaborate. I'm manifesting this happening because I want to see a pink shark playing a guitar. Yeah.
Let's
That
see. Let's
that's
see.
just me. That's just me being hopeful. So, all right. Well, dear listener, do yourselves a favor and please check this out. incorporating all these varied elements that we've talked about. It could have easily gone off the rails, but Kara has successfully blended all these influences. And if you're not sold on Squallow, the cute little shark that rocks up with a balloon axe and wrecks shop on some bad guys, then I'm sorry, I can't help you. But it is like the coolest little character that I have seen in a very long time. And
Oh,
I
thank
know
you.
Kelly's gonna be mad at me, but I think he looks cooler than Jeff. So
No, don't say that. Oh my god.
but anyway, marketing a book in today's overstimulated social media landscape is tough, right? I'd imagine, especially so in foreign markets. You've got a great interview that you put up with Mage on the Instagram. So you've worked in music, you know the grind. What else do you have up your sleeve that you can look forward to so we can push people towards following you on the socials?
Well, I also have like some Squalo and Mage. I don't want to call it merch, but it's merch. Like I have this here, I have a blind box.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
yeah, and it has like there's a keychain and the sticker inside. So like, hang on. I have a keychain here. This is like this is the oops. This is like the secret keychain that comes with it.
Oh,
Uh
wow.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Like Squalo and Mage there. And then I have the other ones like just Mage,
Okay.
and then Squallow there, and then there's the Bakunawa. He's a cute
Sweet.
version of it. And then I have like a washi tape for the journaling guys out there. So yeah, like I've been promoting Squalo and Mage in the grounds like when I do art markets and stuff.
Yeah.
So like so far all this stuff is still just available here in the Philippines. I'm going to New York though in September for an event, so hopefully I can get some stuff out there too.
Oh, rad.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
if you need a shop to connect with to help you do that, I will
Mhm.
be happy to set you up
Oh
with
my
my friends at
gosh.
Anyone Comics. They're in Brooklyn, and I guarantee you they will love you. So,
Oh,
happy to do
yay!
that.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's what comics are for. It's one big community. Everybody should be helping each other out.
Yeah. Aw, that's so nice. Thanks.
Oh, no worries. I'll put a link in the show notes so everybody can find you on Instagram. Definitely do give her a follow there. It's definitely worth it. I think more people should be interviewing their OCs because I haven't seen it and it's a fantastic angle. And I'm like,
Oh.
why haven't people thought of this before?
I guess I guess I'm just lucky because I have a niece who voices Mage, and like her voice is perfect for it. Like it's so cute, right? Like I love her voice is just perfect for Mage. Like I love I love talking to her about you know doing Squallow and more Squallow and Mage stuff. So more on that soon.
Very cool. So have you thought about animation as a possibility for it? Has that, you know, have you explored that?
I mean, like I've been doing like really short animated clips.
Yeah.
Like I think my latest one of my latest reels is one of the scenes from the book where Mage was still a baby and she tries to wake Squallow up. I have you you should check that out. The one who actually voices Mage is my son. He's like 3 years old.
Oh,
It's really cute.
oh, that's so cute. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So does he have you read Squalo Mage with him yet?
Oh no, not yet. Like he
Okay.
pretends to read it. You know, he likes going through the pages, but I'm afraid he's gonna tear the pages, so I don't really let him hold the book. But yeah, I supervise his reading time when it's my book, but it's like other books, whatever.
It's no big deal. I just picture him running around the house at some point,
Oh,
with a
yeah.
battle axe and
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, that's inevitable. That's gonna happen.
Oh, for sure.
All right. Well, it's my custom to keep things on wrap things up on a positive note. So we do a shout out here. This can be somebody who did something nice for you or somebody you'd like to recognize, something that inspired you recently. you just like to share in the hopes of spreading a little joy. So I'll go first to give you a minute to think about it. Regular listeners will know the considerable health struggles that my family has been going through in 2026. My son had a very rough senior year on that front, but he's on his senior trip right now and he's overseas in Italy. And he
Whoa.
checked in with a phone call the other day and he was talking about how stuffed he is on all the best pasta that he has ever had, and even though I can't be there personally, I'm beaming to just hear he's out there and, healthy and having a great time. So that's mine. What do you got?
Oh. Oh gosh. Um, okay. I think I got one, but I'm shy. Okay, so I'm really grateful to everyone who's gotten my book and who's read it. But like there's this one person who got my book recently and I'm like I cried, I think, a bit. Yeah, I did. Um he's Randy Bly from Lamb of God. He's the vocalist.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And like he sent me a message that he picked up my book and I'm like, "Ooh, I love you." Because like he's like personally he's a huge hero to me. And like as you know, as a singer, as a writer, and all around good guy. Um like like super look up to him. And I worked with him for a bit as an illustrator for his newsletter and Substack, and for his book tour. And yeah, like just the fact that he picked up my book felt like super full circle to me. And yeah, like man, I really feel that I picked like the right hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like yeah, I really appreciate and admire like genuinely kind people. So yeah, he's
Oh,
cool.
very cool. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Well, Kara, it's been a pleasure getting to host you on the show. I'm absolutely looking forward to book two and would love to have you back on and hear more about it. And we can actually go into a little bit more of at least the spoilery stuff from book one at a minimum. So,
Oh yeah.
but thanks for coming on. I know it's earlier on in the morning there in the Philippines. So
All right. Thanks for having me. I really had fun.
yeah, of course, no problem. Well, this is Byron O'Neill, and on behalf of all of us at Comic Book Yeti, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.